First starts like just brief us something about yourself, like how exactly you started dreaming out abroad and all, like how exactly it happened and started.
वैसे तो I've always had a dream of going out and pursuing music.
Okay.
Because all of my heroes and my role models, they all come from not just the United States, but like they're all abroad in foreign countries. So I never wanted to pursue it because it seems expensive and everything. But in these recent times, I mean, now I'm all grown up, 25, 26, 25, I started thinking about it. Finally, by 26, through my friend, as my mother mentioned, Chaitanya, we got this idea, we got to know about Abgyan and Chroma. And it was a good experience because सब कुछ I got it all in one place. I mean, my IELTS training and everything.
Before coming to Abgyan, मतलब आपने और भी market research किया होगा, या फिर आपने और लोगों की कोई feedback ली होंगे, या फिर कुछ, या कोई videos, या कोई online research and all.
Like I'll be very honest, we did not do that actually.
Okay.
Because my mother and I, we always thought that it's कोई और किसी ने कहीं apply किया हो and we know it went successfully, या at least process ठीक गया है, तब जाके we will get it done. उससे पहले we did not find any other places.
तो उससे पहले क्यों नहीं किया? Like उससे पहले क्या, क्यों आप किसी consultant के पास नहीं गए?
Same reason, क्योंकि एक तो I did not plan on pursuing, and I had no. This wasn't a dream or an idea in my mind at that point.
Okay.
Honestly, after Chaitanya went, he got his thing done, he got his admission, he got his flight. That is when even my mother got motivated that there is some place that we can go to.
Okay.
And honestly, we did not apply anywhere because my gap is too big to justify everywhere.
Okay.
There are only few music schools that will accept. So since we found out that this is the place where, even though itna problem hai profile mein, they're still ready to put in their best and make it happen as best as they can. So that is something that gave me a lot of hope, and my mother as well. That's when we came down here. And since day one, hamesha we felt confident about the process because you always gave us like good information, you guided us well through the whole process, including my IELTS training. I mean, that was also very, very helpful.
So like जब आपने मतलब अभिज्ञान ओवरसीज में आप फर्स्ट टाइम आए थे, राइट मैम आप भी साथ नहीं थे वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग, राइट? तो मतलब हमने कोई प्रॉमिसेस किए थे आपको?
नहीं,
मतलब हमने कोई ऐसा बोला कि जैसे आपकी प्रोफाइल है उसके अकॉर्डिंग हमने आपको फीडबैक दिया था, या हम लोग इस बोला कि नहीं बस आप डॉक्यूमेंट्स दो हम तो करवा ही देंगे?
नहीं. That is what I was saying. One of the reasons we did not apply to a lot of places is the same reason, क्योंकि आपका प्रोफाइल कैसे भी हो, they'll just start guaranteeing हाँ हो जाएगा, आप इतने पैसे डालो, आप ये करो वो करो, इनके पास जाओ, and it seems little misleading. मैंने थोड़ा न्यूज़ रिपोर्ट्स भी देखे हुए हैं of how people are just pushed outside, कुछ भी करके बस भेज दो बाहर, and then they suffer once they reach outside. They don't know what's happening, क्या होना है. तो that wasn't the case over here. आपसे हमारा first meeting हुआ, you let us know how, मतलब काफ़ी clearly that इतना सारा गैप हर जगह नहीं जस्टिफाई हो सकता है, हर कोई नहीं एक्सेप्ट करेगा. एंड इसलिए मैंने हमेशा से ऐसे होप्स आए नहीं रखा था, बट सिंस आपने भी बोल दिया है कि अब प्रोसेस स्टार्ट करते हैं, तो वी वर ऑल्सो लाइक हाँ आपने बोल दिया है तो मतलब आप कुछ सोच के ही बोल रहे हैं, तो विल गो फॉरवर्ड विद इट. नहीं होता है क्या होता है आगे, दैट विल गेट टू द नेक्स्ट स्टेप. सो नो प्रॉमिसेस वर मेड एज सच.
And how was like the visa interview like?
It was a little. I was nervous, of course. It was a little nerve-wracking, and while I was in the line, the first two people on my counter, two people ahead of me, they both were rejected, and like not even within 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, so that gave me a little more anxiety. But when I got to my counter, it went very smooth. They asked me impromptu questions. Nothing जैसे भी हमने practice किया था in the mock interview, उसमें से तो कुछ भी नहीं था मतलब in the thing, but the questions were the same, and उन्होंने बस आगे पीछे करके they threw it at me,
So like, was that visa interview which has taken by Shalu and Soumya, were those like mock interviews, were those helpful? Or
Yeah, they were helpful. I mean, but जैसे हमने एक flow में एक pattern में हमने rehearse किया था, that wasn't the case at all. Yes, हाँ. Like मेरा first name पूछने के बाद.
But at least you were prepared कि हाँ, this is
answer
going to be
structure
the.
and all, you know about that.
Yeah, that is what the mock interview was very helpful.
okay.
Like they asked me my full name, the first question. According to the interview, I was ready to answer my parents' name. Ooh, that was like quite up ahead. They asked me.
Okay.
आगे पीछे कर देता है बस answer.
हाँ.
And like, how was your first reaction when you come to know about like you got the visa?
I was a little stunned. I couldn't process it at first at the counter. I went outside, took a breath, and I realized that it's finally happened. I mean, with the slip in my hand. So I found my mother, I went to her. We both were overwhelmed.
Okay.
Because at no point at entering the embassy, because of my gap, I mean, I wasn't confident at all. I was pretty sure this will not happen, you know, but it did happen, and it took a little while to process it. I mean, and the whole time that we were there for the visa interview, that we were quite worked up and everything. It's only when I came back and rested a little bit that I finally realized. And then when we collected the passport, that's when it finally set in that I'm going now. I mean, it's happening.
So ma'am, did you have the trust कि हाँ नहीं जोशुआ का visa हो जाएगा?
Yes, I had, because the way I saw everything going, somehow I had built up a trust. To go back to your first question, like, you know, I would like to say something about it. I have seen, like, not only at this time, but over the years, you know, I have been seeing how students just, you know, go about searching for places where they can just go somewhere, and I didn't want to do that at all. I had thought I would rather do it myself. I will apply to the colleges, I will do it myself, but I will not go to any places where they will just ask me for money, and then at the end they will cheat me and do nothing about it, or they may do something and send there and the child has to suffer. I didn't want to go for that, and that is why I did not approach any institute. I did not approach at all. I said I don't want to do it, but because of his friend who got the visa from your institute, from Abgyan, then I had the confidence. I said, let us go. I just said to him, somehow I had that confidence talking to him. And when I came, when you both were there, she came much later in the picture, but you both were there. And the way you, like, you know, talked to us, the way you presented everything, the way you explained things, very straightforward. Like, this is the situation, this is your case, this is how it might be difficult, but we will find a way. And every time, whenever we called you, you answered all our questions, you explained everything, you did not give us any false assurances. So that's where I liked even guiding for the IELTS exam and everything.
Yeah, I'm very thankful to my instructor as well. The IELTS instructor, yes ma'am.
Yeah, she took real
I
efforts.
like Joshua got the visa. And she was also excited.
You should talk to her also.
Yeah, I should leave her a message as well.
And that's why, I mean, and then I have been telling everybody, whoever is like, you know, asking me like their child wants to go.
We're giving them the recommendation.
Giving them the
this place.
recommendation, telling them that this is the place where you will be satisfied.
Yeah, even if it doesn't go down, I mean, it doesn't happen as you planned, at least.
At least you will not be cheated. You will not be falsely, like, you know, taken to other route. So, yeah, we are all like, you know, very happy to know about this. At least 2 people I have given, they will be, I think, contacting you very soon.
Thank you.
So that is how we had a very good experience actually. And especially, you know, what I liked the most is like, you know, you stood by us morally. It was not only academically that you were treating us, or as an institute you were like, not as a work relation, but you stood with us morally also. You gave us a moral support. Like, I felt so good as soon as we landed at Bombay airport. I had a call from Shalu and she said, "Have you reached Bombay?" So that was like, that means it gave me like, you are concerned. You're not just, okay, now we have done our work, let them do whatever they want to do.
I was praying for fast only, like, please approve ho jaye, please approve ho jaye, reject now.
Yes. And that is again what she said, no? Apart from whatever efforts you all put, he also put his efforts. The prayers also are there. Without that,
that's not possible.
It is not possible. Because I know, when she mentioned about prayer, I know I was praying very specifically for the counselor. That the particular counselor should be there who will, like, ask him questions for which he is prepared. And then I realized his first interview was cancelled, and then we had to go to Bombay. Only because that counselor was supposed to be interviewing him, according to the prayers that we prayed.
You'll be very surprised to know, वो भी थोड़ा I can tell by looking at people कौन musician है, everything that I told them, they understood without any questions at all. I mean, whatever I told them about my music career and everything.
Yeah. So at Bombay airport, when I got call from her, I was like, I said, these people are not just, working for the sake of, like, completing their duty, but they are there as a moral support also. Then soon after me reaching there, he was tired, but I said, no, if they are concerned, then you should take the mock test. So that evening he took the mock test again there. You didn't have to do it actually, but because you were concerned, you did that. And next day also, like, I think morning also you called.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, 8 o'clock she called. Are you ready? Have you reached? Then I told her, yes, he's gone inside, I'm outside. And then soon after interview, when we sent a message, then you all called. That was really something we were very happy about.
Because उस दिन ना जोशन ने मुझे like दास से बोला था कि ना I will send you my picture कि आप देखना कि मैं एक्चुअली उसके लिए मैं जल्दी उठी थी कि मैं पिक्चर वीडियो की और जाने वालों में मैं देख लेती पहले.
Yeah, but then I think he didn't.
We just rushed over there directly.
He was quite nervous, quite
Yeah, I was
anxious.
very nervous. I did not sleep. I mean, 2-3 days prior to it. Although the plan was to be well rested, well fed, but I couldn't at all. I mean, it was.
उसके बाद भी नहीं आई होगी excitement.
हाँ, exactly.
Yeah.
जब घर आके आई थे.
हाँ, absolutely. हाँ, Sunday when we reached finally.
So now it's all settling in कि हाँ
Yes.
US जा रहे हैं.
हाँ.
बस अभी like
I can see the changes in your personality.
वीजा मॉक इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे हमने बहुत ज़्यादा चेंजेस देखे थे. स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा फॉर्मल हो रहा था, नहीं पता चल रहा था, but then after so many interviews he was like confident.
Yeah.
हाँ.
And that is where those mock tests were really helpful. That built his confidence. He knew that, okay, this is how I have to present, this is how I have to speak, this is how I have to put out my words and sentences. Yeah, because you corrected him, I think, in many places, no, not like this way you have to speak.
Ma'am, all because of these two.
Yeah.
I was not in the picture.
No, but you were the first one whom we talked, and then
And Pankaj sir was there for the first mock interview
yes,
also.
even for Canada you did. You
Right.
worked hard. We got the admission also for Canada, but then we shifted to US.
Ma'am, totally depend like आपकी destiny, आपका fate कहाँ पे चला.
Yes.
वैसे
That
कितना
is-
ही plan कर ले कि हमें
Yes.
कहाँ जाना है, कहाँ नहीं
Yes,
जाना
that
है.
is very true.
तो वैसा कुछ नहीं था. मैंने देखा है मैम वीजा होने के बाद में भी कई लोग जो है वो उसका प्लान चेंज कर लेते हैं कि नहीं सर. अभी हमारा एक स्टूडेंट है वो यूएस जाके वापस आ गया ना. उसने 6 मंथ बाद स्टडी किया, उसके बाद में वापस आ गया. सर मुझे कंप्यूटर साइंस स्टडी नहीं करना, मुझे डेटा साइंस स्टडी करना है.
And that too from University of California, Riverside.
Thank goodness.
He came back after 6 months, after paying all the fees and living cost, everything.
तो मैम इट हैपेंस. मतलब ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते कि मतलब ठीक है किसी का यूएससी है तो उसको यूएससी जाना है या फिर कनाडा.
Then his dream was to go to US, and then my work is also mostly there, so
That's it.
that was good.
So Joshua, any feedback, any words about our counselor Shalu, Soumya?
Yeah, they did an excellent job, and I was very, very happy with everything, like the whole process and everything. And I think for someone else who's applying, like for myself, I am very responsible and everything. I think for anyone else who's applying, I'd just say that listen to the counselors, be it Shalu or anyone who's going to be appointed over here, and follow their advice and what they have to say. That's all.
That's it. What about you, ma'am? Like जब आपको मालूम पड़ा कि जॉशुआ का वीजा like अभी आपको मिल गया, वीजा अप्रूव हो गया, तो उस टाइम पे फर्स्ट रिएक्शन क्या था?
First reaction was thanking God,
Okay.
because it was by Him, everything. And then, like, in my heart, I thanked the Institute, Shalu, Soumya, Pankaj sir. So, I thank God for this institute, actually, that I could come here and everything was like, like we came to you in September end or October beginning, I think.
It almost a year.
Yeah.
3 months are that.
Yes.
2-3 months left
Yes.
to a year, yes.
October, somewhere
In the
around.
beginning of winters, like October end or November.
Because Chaitanya left
Yes.
November 5th, right before that,
Yes.
he informed us.
So
about
at that
this,
time, and then see, like from November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, 8 months. Within 8 months, and that's a success.
From scratch we have applied. Like
Yes.
IELTS training, then
Yeah.
application process, then counseling.
He wasn't very sure of getting that band, He said, no, I will never get it. Although his English and everything is so good, but somehow he didn't have confidence. But after he was like trained, and his
Yeah.
teacher who
And the second time also, when I got the first score, and then Shalu said you should get a higher score. The second time I was a little more confident. I knew that I can do this now.
But to get 6.5 in first attempt is also good to go for, and then for next time he got 7. So it was really good. I mean, she also took a lot of efforts. Surabhi ma'am took a lot of efforts.
No, right, ma'am.
Yeah. And she's excellent. He tells me that she's excellent in teaching, because I have seen some of my relatives' daughters went and they could not complete the course even. IELTS ka jo hota hai, training, whatever classes. And she said, I can't understand anything. I don't know. I don't want to do it. And she left half the way.
Yes, Subhi ma'am had a lot of tips that were very helpful for the IELTS exam.
Okay.
Saved a lot of time in there. She mentioned first pehle that you're always going to miss 1 or 2 things, but don't think about that. Just follow these things that I'm telling you. That built my strategy for it.
And another thing, when we went for the IELTS test, I went with him to the test center, and I have seen there, students not confident at all, and they don't know. They like were asking him.
Yeah. The second test, there was someone who was asking me. That was very.
And he was very much confident, and he went and did all his everything properly. So I knew that the place he has gone and the instructor that he has been trained under, they're excellent.
That's great, ma'am. So I think, ma'am, that's it. Thank you for the
Thank you
feedback
so
and
much for all your efforts and for your moral support and being there with us till the end and guiding us, right way. So thank you so much.
everything.